it's time now to look at how to use images from another site. This will be quite interesting because you want to be able to search Google Images and then use an image right there from Google. Okay, since it's quite simple, we just go to it directly. Now I opened my browser, so I'm right on Google homepage. You can see their image. I just searched using their image. So I want to use this image on my website. I don't want to download it and put it in my folder, just like I have this my image.jpg right here with me. No, that's not what I want to do. Rather, what I want to do is I want to be able, I want, the file is on Google server, so I want to reference it from there. So I just right click on the image and then click copy image location. That's cool. And then I come to my source code and my source right there. So I just paste it right here. Whoa, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot, man. I was really scared by that. But never mind, since it is just so long, why don't you just perhaps probably we could use a URL shortener, but I would really advise you not to use a URL shortener for this one. And the reason because is this is a data URL. It is a data URL. So all these things you see are code. They are actually base 64 code that represents the pixels of the image in question. All right, this is really still simple. There's no big deal about using the URL like this. No problem about it. So we've copied it right in there, and then we save. Take notes of save. We've saved it. So then we'll go to the browser and to where we open our file. Remember, we were using the Cristiano Ronaldo picture before, but right now we have changed the SRC of the image. So we now reload, and then we see the image appearing right here. The image is being referenced directly from Google servers. Okay, let's just do one more interesting thing. We go back to the Google image. We can see that the image is actually from actually from HTML, CSS, JS.com. So we could just visit the site, for example. Now we just opened the site. You can see this is the site. Let's scroll down. I think we should, yes, here is an image on their website. There is an image on their website. Probably if we copy the code from here, copy image location, and then we'll go to our code. We'll go to our code and then paste. Okay, now good. So directly from their site, their own is shorter. Of course, it's shorter because it is an absolute reference. It is an absolute reference. Let's remove the height. It's rather distorting the aspect ratio. So this is an absolute reference. We could now even use a URL shortener if we please, but let's go ahead and just reload the page. But remember, this image is being referenced from the Google server right now, but we change the SRC to now point to where the image is located on the actual website that Google actually searched the image from, and then we click reload. Good. So the image is back in its normal and natural aspect ratio. That's fine. Now, one interesting thing that we could actually do is that this link seems to be quite long, so we could just take it to a URL shortener. Yes, that's it's a tiny URL. I normally use tiny URL, which is fine for me. Tiny URL to shorten my URL. So it's coming up right now. Good. So we enter the URL right there and then make tiny URL, and I think it's really good. Fine. Good. So here is our tiny URL. We just copy to clipboard and bring to our code and paste right here, and then we just pasted it right here. Oh, so paste right here, then we save. So back to our browser, and then let's see. It should really work. I'm confident of that. It should really work. Okay, yeah, that's it. So it works. So using the URL shortener could be helpful, but now there's a disadvantage in using image from another site. There is a big disadvantage in that, because if you're using this image in your own website and the image is actually from another website, what if the website shuts down, or what if they remove the image? That is going to be a very, very big problem. So there's no way you can escape using images from other websites anyway. What the site you should use instead, you should use Unsplash. Unsplash. Unsplash.com. So you should use unsplash.com. It is an image repository where you can be able to select free images and all that. There are still many other free image hosting sites. You could have Pixabay. There is pixabay.com, which is also very, very wonderful. The pictures, I think let me just search in Google Pixabay. Pixabay, sorry, it's Pixabay, a very wonderful site too. You can see stunning free images and royalty-free stock. So you can scroll down and get your image, right-click on the image, copy image location, and bring it to your code right there, and paste it in. Good, and then we save. Then if we go back to that previous to our web page, and then we click on reload. Good, so you can see we just reference the image from Pixabay and added it to our own website. We can trust Pixabay, we can trust Unsplash much more than just trust about any site, because this is their own business. This is what they live and die for. This is all about using images from another website.